The Smiling Conqueror, Juanito, and the Sad King, from the tales of Uncle Ferdie. The kingdom of Lungkot. Long ago, in a kingdom by the sea called Lungkot, no one ever smiled. The waves were slow, the clouds hung low, and laughter was a forgotten sound. It was ruled by King Dusk, believed happiness was a weakness. "Smiles are forbidden," he commanded, and a gray sadness covered the land. But in a small seaside home lived a boy named Juanito, whose grin shone even on the cloudiest days. The mirror of truth. One stormy night, Lola handed Juanito a magical mirror. "This is a mirror of truth," she whispered. "It shows people the goodness they've forgotten." Juanito tied on his red cape, picked up his wooden sword. He then covered his face with a bright yellow mask, a mask with perfect painted smile. It would be his shield against the sadness. "I will bring the smiles back to Lungkot," he promised, the cave of lost laughter. Juanito's first challenge was the cave of lost laughter, where all the kingdom's joy had been trapped for years. Faint giggles echoed from within, but massive stone door, sealed by sadness, blocked his path. Juanito stood before the door, took a deep breath, and told the silliest joke he knew. A deep rumbling began, and the stone door shook with laughter until it burst open. Giggles flew through the air, reaching the villages beyond. For the first time in years, a few children smiled again. The forest of forgotten dreams. Next, Juanito entered the forest of forgotten dreams, where the villagers' hopes lay hidden. The trees whispered with sorrow, their branches drooping like wilted flowers. "Dreams fade, dreams die," they sighed. Juanito held up the magic mirror. "Dreams don't disappear," he said softly. "They just need to be remembered." Golden lights rose from the ground, each one a forgotten dream returning to its owner. The River of Tears. When Juanito reached the River of Tears, he saw villagers weeping at its edge. "Our joy is gone forever," they cried. Juanito knelt beside them and lifted the mirror. "Look into it. Your smiles are still there," he said, holding the mirror for you to see. "They are just waiting for you." The water sparkled and began to glow. The villagers smiled, their tears turning into beams of light. The Tower of Shadows. At last, Juanito climbed the dark mountain to King Dusk's tower. The king's voice thundered, "You cannot defeat me, boy." Juanito stood firm, his smiling mask a beacon of light in the gloom. "I didn't come to fight," he said. "I came to remind you of who you once were." He lifted the mirror. In its reflection, the king didn't see a fearsome ruler, but a young boy laughing freely under a bright sun. A single tear traced a path down the king's cheek. I forgot how," he whispered. The return of light. The moment a small, real smile touched King Dusk's lips, the mirror blazed with light. The light spread from the tower, washing over the mountains and villages, chasing away the gray clouds. Laughter returned to the kingdom of Lungkot. The true conqueror, King Dusk, placed his crown on Juanito's head and said, "You have conquered sadness, not with a sword, but with hope." And Juanito, the smiling conqueror, lowered his mask and gave the king his own true, brilliant smile. A new journey begins. Days later, Juanito stood by the sea with his Lola. "Where will you go next?" she asked. Juanito grinned. "Wherever there is sadness, I'll bring back the smiles." He looked into the mirror one last time, and its reflection glowed with light and laughter. Epilogue. And so the smiling conqueror traveled to many lands, spreading hope wherever darkness lingered. He taught everyone that even the smallest smile can chase away the greatest shadow. For in every heart that remembers how to smile, the light never fades. The end.